Are you sick and tired of the uncertainty that comes with building a real estate business the old school way? Then welcome to the Client Alchemist Show, where we give you the strategies, mindset, and specific how-tos you need to attract your ideal clients, create more leverage in your business, and most importantly, have more peace of mind. Here's your host, Josh Schoenly.
What's up and welcome back once again to the Client Alchemist Show. As always, I'm your host, Josh Schoenly, and once again this week we have a special guest. This is part 2 of a 4-part series with my buddy, Sean Nilsson, co-founder of City Blast. Not only co-founder of City Blast, but also a former top producer. He is a speaker and blogger and all-around social media real estate guru. And on the first episode, if you haven't listened yet, go back and listen to the last episode because we introduced Sean and his story and why it's important to you and how it can help you attract more clients leveraging social media. So go back and listen to that one if you haven't already done so. On today's call, we're going to dig into something that we introduced on part 1 of this series, which is a concept called inbound marketing. Inbound marketing. So Sean, why don't we start by defining what inbound marketing is and why it's so important and vital for real estate agents to be using in their business.
Yeah, absolutely. So inbound marketing is the only strategy that I use from the beginning of my career all the way to now. City Blast manages thousands of real estate agents, social media, and City Blast is using inbound marketing. It is absolutely unequivocally the way to do your social media marketing. It's been proven time and again. Fortune 500 companies do it. Inbound marketing is earning the attention of prospects and drawing customers to your website or social by producing content customers value. So that's kind of the key differentiator is instead of focusing on me, which is traditional outbound marketing, we are going to focus on you. We're going to focus on the other person by giving them great content, helpful tips, advice, timely information, and so on.
Awesome, Sean. So the next question I would have is why is that so important for our listeners, for real estate agents? What's the tie-in for them?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, if you look up the definition online, Wikipedia says it's especially effective for small businesses with high dollar values, long research cycles, and knowledge-based products. I mean, that specifically speaks directly to real estate agents. Small business, you're a business of one, typically. High dollar values, the highest dollar values in most people's lives in terms of a purchase or sale decision. Long research cycles, of course. Knowledge-based products, that is exactly what you're selling, is your knowledge. You know how to conduct this transaction better than the other person does. Inbound marketing is tailor-made perfectly and specifically for real estate professionals. I didn't write those words. They're someone else's words, but they are more than true. And to bring it sort of home and make you more saliently understand, people work with people they know. People work with people they trust. People work with people they like. And you don't tend to know, like, or trust people who are always trying to sell you something, hawk you something. Use me. That builds skepticism and makes you suspicious and makes you wonder, why should I use you, etc. Rather than try to convince the person with words, why don't you show and prove that you care about other people? The people will come to know you because you're consistent. The people will come to trust you because you're always there providing value and not asking for something all the time. You're providing value first. And they'll come to like you because you think of them first. You're always not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about the other person. And of course, everybody loves that. Not only is inbound marketing, broadly speaking, the best and really the only way to do social media marketing properly, but it has a particular resonance for real estate agents and for their marketing.
Yeah, I love that. And I've got a saying that people hate to be sold, but they love to be served. And when you leverage inbound marketing, what you're doing is you're serving in advance. You're building up goodwill in the eyes of your connections, your friends and connections online and using social media so that they will, if they don't already, they will begin to feel like they know, like, and trust you, which makes it when they're ready to do business, when they're ready to buy or sell real estate, you will be the natural selection. Like it won't even be a conscious decision on their part. They will have already decided that you are the person that they're going to use for that, and that therein lies the power of doing it, of leveraging and using inbound marketing. Let's give everybody some tangible examples or analogies to help them understand inbound marketing versus, what's been the traditional ways that real estate professionals have been taught for years of getting clients, and a way for them to sort of picture it in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I love to picture it is I think of social media as what it is, what it really is. Because it's online, people lose sight of what it is. If you went to, a bookstore online, you kind of understand it's a bookstore. You're in a bookstore, except for it's online. People lose sight of what social media is because it's new and they kind of can't get their head around it. I'll tell you what it is. It's a social event. You are going to a networking event when you go on Facebook. You're going to a party. You're going to a place where people want to hang around and talk about fun and interesting and important things and so on. Act as you would on social media at a party where you want everyone to like you. It's that simple. Imagine you're going to a party. What are you going to do? How are you going to behave? How are you going to act at this networking event or at this party? And then it becomes pretty clear the value of inbound marketing. I wouldn't walk into a party, walk up to everyone I met one by one and go, "Hi there, I'm Sean Nilsson. I'm a real estate agent. I'm the best real estate agent in the area. If you want to use me for your real estate, here's my card. My phone number and email are on there. Anyway, bye." And then walk off to the next person. That is what you're doing at the social event if you're going on social media and posting those same types of posts that are all about me, I'm the best. Nobody is there to consume that type of information. They're there to hang around, look at content, read things, watch videos, and have a good time in general. So let's play into that. Let's use it for what it's for, rather than swimming upstream with these me type of posts. Let's focus on the other people. Let's make them have a good time. There's a great book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. You should definitely read. Dale Carnegie. It's amazing. Let's ask ourselves, what would Dale Carnegie say to do? Instead of what I had just described, what you want to do is you want to walk into that party, walk up to the first person and say to them, "Hey, yeah, Sean, nice to meet you. Hey, did you see that article recently about the top 10 fastest appreciating neighborhoods in the city? It was really good, and you wouldn't expect what a lot of them were." "Oh, no, I didn't see that. What were the top 10? Now you've got the person engaged in something that's of interest to them, and guess what? It's on the topic of real estate. They're interested in talking about it because it's interesting to other people. And you are the subject matter expert. You're going to come across as knowledgeable, trustworthy, and likable because you didn't come up to them and start marketing yourself. You came up to them and talked to them about something on their level, something that they might be interested in. And they're going to come to know you over time as that trustworthy, likable person because you're going to do that day after day, week after week, month after month through your social media. And the great thing about social is you have leverage, so you can have that conversation with all of the people at the party at once by creating one great post, putting it out, and letting tens or hundreds of people engage in that conversation with you at the same time.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure most of our listeners are, cringed a little bit picturing, what we described as the wrong way to do this. But I would also guess that most of you have been at actual parties and networking events where there was that person there who did that very thing. Maybe not exactly the way Sean said it or how he described it, but you've been there with that guy or that girl who was clearly just there to pitch or hawk their services. And think about how off-putting that was versus inbound marketing, putting out things that are interesting, valuable, entertaining, engaging, things that will naturally attract people to you, that will, create this, I already described this scenario where they will already have decided consciously and unconsciously that you are the person that they are going to do business with when they are ready to do, buy or sell real estate. Now, all of this sounds great, and it certainly works very, very well. But Sean, let's address the sort of the elephant in the room, which is, how do you actually make this work? Like the time involved to do this right. We've heard some statistics.
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
Here's the problem is experts recommend spending an hour a day on your social media marketing. I get it. I was a top producing agent. I couldn't find a minute a day sometimes, let alone an hour. You're busy. It's hard to stay consistent, and that is a big problem. Even if you look into a lot of articles on inbound marketing, it's often mentioned that it's very time-consuming as a strategy. And so that can become a challenge for real estate agents. You're the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. You're trying to do every single different part of your business, and adding in something new that's going to take an hour a day is obviously a very daunting task to live up to. So a lot of people fail at it, even though they could be doing 2, 4, 6, 8 or more deals a year off of their Facebook account. They simply give up because it is too difficult to stay consistent and devote the kind of time and attention that's needed to this strategy, which is where, of course, I stumbled into a business,
right?
Business model for myself.
Yeah, absolutely. So City Blast, if you listen to episode 1, it's not something that Sean set out to create. It's something that he was doing, and he started telling others what he was doing, and other people wanted that. People wanted that benefit without, the time requirement, right? Because again, you're all busy. And I would say that even if you understand inbound marketing and you enjoy it, it's still not the best use of your time as a real estate agent, as a real estate sales business owner, because that's what you are. You are an owner of a real estate sales business. And although it is incredibly valuable and it's an incredibly powerful way for you to get more clients, it's not what you should be spending your time on. So City Blast was born out of that. And I think if you're not familiar with City Blast, I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised at how incredibly affordable the service is to take advantage of. So I'm going to go ahead and transition into the special offer that Sean has for everybody, and let you know how to do that. So if you go to clientalchemist.com/CB for City Blast, clientalchemist.com/CB, you can get a free 2-week trial, a free 14-day trial, and lock in a 30% discount for the life of your account. And it's not going to cost you hundreds or even thousands of dollars a month, which is, what other social media managers and so forth you can find out there will charge. It is a fraction of that, and you will get the same type of service and quality of posts and so forth being done all for you. So I want you to go over, check that out right now, start your free trial right now. And then what we're going to do in part 3 of this series is we're really going to dig into what City Blast is, all of the features and benefits, and why, if you haven't already, why you're going to want to be using City Blast. It's a perfect example of working smarter, not harder. Outsourcing things that make sense for your business so you can spend more of your working time, of your valuable time on higher level sort of activities, working with clients, keeping transactions together, et cetera, et cetera. So check that out, clientalchemist.com/CB. We'll also put it in the show notes, which you can find at clientalchemist.com/podcast. And then on the third part of this series, next week, Sean and I are going to really dig into City Blast, what it is, how it works, and how it will help you. So Sean, thanks once again for being on. Make sure everybody you tune in again next week for part 3, and we'll talk to you then.
That's all for this episode of the Client Alchemist Show. Be sure to visit the website for more exclusive content, tools, and strategies to help you implement the Client Alchemist mindset. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe so you don't miss a moment of how to turn your struggle into success.